Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Steve Chatto with Good Vibes Real Estate Solutions. Well, I'd like to welcome you to this Wednesday's episode of Chat with Chatto. As you can see today, we are in a little bit different of an atmosphere. I think that's the right word I'm looking for. Usually, we're coming to you from our conference room. Usually, it's myself and my partner Jason Ramos. But today is a little different. We have not been able to connect as far as getting this filmed over the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Things came up for him, things came up for me when our filming was scheduled, and lo and behold, next thing you know, we don't have a video ready to go out for Wednesday. So that being said, here I am in the car making my video for you guys. This week's episode is Chat with Chatto. And what I want to kind of touch on is the importance of consistency. It would be very easy for me to say, you know what, we're going to push this off. We'll do it next week. We'll get to it. And that's like the kind of stuff that really can kill a business. That's the kind of stuff that can really, that's where mediocrity tends to creep into a business, and that's really can be a cancer to the business. So that being said, it's like, okay, obviously pushing it off 1 week really wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? But in business, like doing stuff consistently really is what is the earmark to really growing a business. So for me, it was really important that I did no matter what I needed to do to make this happen today. And I want you to just take a look at yourself and take a look at your business. And are you doing those things? Are you doing those things that are just like, that you can push off? Are you pushing things off, or are you doing them on a regular and consistent basis? I know for me, it sometimes can be easy to do a big push, right? Okay, you know what? I'm going to get all these things done in my business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and do a big push and push really hard for, whatever it is, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and push really hard to get all these things done. And then I'm burnt out, right? I'll get to the point that I'm burnt out. And the next thing you know, things start sliding. I start pushing stuff off. And then next thing I know, boom, I don't have the results that I want. So it's like a roller coaster. So if you're treating your business, a lot of times people get results in their business that are a roller coaster. You got a month that's phenomenal. You made all this money. It was a great month. And then the next month you have nothing. The next month you might have nothing. So it's like business can definitely be a roller coaster. And as an entrepreneur, it's easy to put into our business in a roller coaster fashion, where we have these strong pushes to get a lot of stuff done, and then we have these strong pushes to get a lot of stuff done, and then we do just what we kind of need to do, whatever's urgent that comes up, and kind of let things slide. And that's not good fuel for a business. With everything in life, it's not good fuel to really handle something and be on top of something and then let it go, and then come back to it and let it go. So, what are you doing to be consistent in your business? It's easy to want everything all up front, to want everything working perfectly, to want everything functioning the right way. But at the end of the day, it's like, what thing can I add to my business this week that we're going to do consistently? What can I add to my business next week that we're going to do consistently? And it's all those small things that really start building up. Those are the small things that really start building up and really create a powerful business. So that being said, it's like, I think you kind of get the importance of that. I think a lot of people conceptually get it, but what do you need to do to get it put into practice? Like, what do you need to do to be that person who's consistent with everything they do? I know for me, one of the things that helped me tremendously is to only focus on one thing at a time, right? Like I said, focus on, boom. Like, what is the most important thing that needs to get done in my business on a regular basis? and how am I going to implement it so it gets done on a regular basis in my business, right? So for me, one of the big things that I have in my business is every Friday I have a mailer going out. Every single Friday there's a mailer going out consistently. I don't care what else comes up in my business, what other urgent things pop up, but there's a mailer going out every Friday. And the reason for that is, obviously, in a wholesaling business, if your phone's not ringing, if you don't have sellers calling you with deals, and you're not doing, getting the phone ring on a consistent basis, you don't have a business. You have a roller coaster. So that's just like one small thing that, it seems easy enough, but just doing that, and like no matter what, we're digging in and we're getting that mailer done every single week. Like that is one small thing that I do on a consistent basis. Obviously, we're putting up our video every Wednesday. It's another thing. Like I said, I could easily pass by doing it today. I could have said, you know what? All this stuff came up. I had every excuse not to do this video today, but you know what? I'm doing it because I'm committed to that consistency. Every single Friday, we have our good vibes meeting. We meet with everybody. We figure out what's going on. We game plan for the next week. So like that's just like a non-negotiable, something we do every week. If we miss the week, like would things fall apart? No. But if we consistently miss a week, then they fall apart. So one of the things that I've actually implemented in my own life to help me with that is something called the Full Focus Planner by a gentleman by the name of Michael Hyatt. He's like a productivity guy, and he's got a really cool planner. And it really helps me to stop and look at things, kind of from a higher view, from a 1,000-foot view or whatever they want to call it, but like really allows me to step back and look at my business, and not always be in it on the daily, grinding it out. It gives me a chance to stop and look at things. One of the things that the book has, which it's not really uncommon, but how you write your goals in the beginning of the book. You write your 10 major goals for the year. You write them down. But then the other thing is, it kind of says, okay, well, what are you focusing on like this quarter? Like, you're not going to be, these are not all going to be the main focus for every single day. If you have 10 goals you're reaching for every single day, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're not going to be able to be consistent to get those results. But what are the 3 or 4 that you're focused on? Then after that, it gives you a workspace to look at, okay, what are the daily habits that I need to put in place? What are the daily habits that I need to put in place to reach those 3 or 4 major goals in my life? Great. What are the small action steps, the small goals to get me to that big goal? It sets you up like, okay, what's your morning routine every day? What's your routine when you start work? What's your routine when you end work? What's your routine when you get back home? So all these type of things, it gives you a chance to step back and look at the beginning of every week. There's a planning section to plan, what are the 3 biggest things I need to accomplish this week? What are, and then at the end of the week, like, okay, what are all my accomplishments for the week? Where did I win? Where did I succeed? And then lastly, it has a section, focusing on the weekend. Some people work on the weekend, but it has a section like focus on the weekend, like, hey, what are you doing this weekend to recharge yourself, to rejuvenate, to be ready for the next week? And like actually like stop and think about that, So from that angle, like I said, and plus it's a written, pencil, paper, eraser type of book. It's a heavy duty book. I carry it around with me everywhere I go. If I wasn't driving, I'd pull it out and show it to you. But that being said, it's like, it really is a way for me to like consistently think about what I'm doing, right? Because that's another thing, consistently comes up again. And it's like, what am I doing? Like, it's really easy in business to get caught up in, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. And, some things, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe, I know for me, I'm guilty of sometimes, I want to get a Facebook campaign going for sellers or blah, 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 whatever it might be. And then I go and I start doing it and I go down that rabbit hole. Next thing you know, I spend 2.5 hours on a half-baked project that never really gets finished and never was really part of my plan. So it's like really anything that you need to do in your business, don't just do it on a whim. Plan it out. Don't do it on a whim. Plan it out. It's a very important point. It's so easy to be like, you know what? Oh, that's a great idea, and then run with it. Like, there's something to be said for like quick execution, but you need to stop for a minute and think about what you're doing. Think about how it fits into your entire business, and think about like what's really required on a long-term basis to be consistent with it. So anyway, hopefully there was some value into what I spoke about today. The biggest take-home points I want to have for you is be consistent and look at your business. Don't do anything in your business on a whim. Look at your business from a 1,000-foot view on a semi-regular basis, and don't try to do everything at once. Anything you want to do in your business, anything you want to add into your business, add in whatever smallest thing you can add on a consistent basis. I guess you hear the train going by. That's a good old river line from Trenton to Camden. Anyway, so that being said, as always, if you have any questions, you can reach out to myself and Jason. Our email address is questions@goodvibesre.com. Again, that's questions@goodvibesre.com. And Jason and I will be back next week for another episode. Please, like I said, we want this to be an interactive show. If you have any questions, any comments, put them below. Subscribe, hit the bell, all that other stuff that YouTubers are supposed to say. I guess I'm a YouTuber or whatever. Anyway, that being said, I appreciate it, and you guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.